Hi friends, today we'll discuss something related to the numbers which actually troubles a lot of us in labor. So this is how I study. For my is I study like this. If you feel it is good, you can follow or it's left to you. Okay. So there are various things. For before that, see, let me draw this. It's the pelvis. It's the sacrum. Okay. This is first thing which you need to remember. Then think it as ischial spine. Okay. Think it as ischial tuberosity. Okay. So now the only thing which you can measure is your diagonal conjugate. See here again divided into three parts. Okay. This is the thing which you measure is true conjugate. Okay, let me use other color. It's true conjugate. Got it. This is diagonal conjugate. This is obstetrical conjugate. See, our goal in this video is how to remember less and whatever numbers which we need to remember. Concept is obstetrical conjugate is the least number. So if a baby has to be delivered normally, then it has to pass obstetrical conjugate. If it is passing obstetrical conjugate, then it obviously means it passes true conjugate and invariably passes diagonal conjugate. Okay. But problem is what? What is the problem statement? Problem statement is you cannot measure obstetrical conjugate. So the only thing which you can measure is diagonal conjugate. Okay. How do you measure diagonal conjugate? True pelvic. There are before they say they used to do that, but now you can just do a per vaginal examination or a true pelvimetry. You just the thing is you put your fingers up, you do a per vaginal and you just check for how many centimeters is your finger stretching and if you are able to touch your sacrum part. Okay, so the normal expected thing is 12 centimeter. So now for deriving I'm not and this is the normal diagonal conjugate. Okay, but for it for the only thing which I need you all to remember is 12, that is x minus 1.5 centimeter is your obstetrical conjugate. And I want you to remember only this and not even this. Most importantly, if okay, if it is less than 10.5, that is if obstetrical conjugate is less than 10.5, then you cannot have a normal vagina. Remember only this. Okay, so in this part I explained you with the concept why you have to know diagonal and true conjugate. Diagonal and obstetrical conjugate. But what do you do in clinical practice? You do a per vaginal or a true pelvimetry and you measure the centimeter, and if it is less than 10, so basically if your diagonal conjugate is less than 12, then you're not gonna have a normal vaginal delivery. Okay, so this is the formula and you have to remember only one thing. That is, if you are doing a per vaginal 12, if you are calculating 10, so most likely remember 10 from this. Okay. Now, for your ischial spine and for your ischial tuberosity, what you do is again you do upper vaginal and you again stretch your fingers like in an opposite 180 degree. Okay, your index and your middle finger should be at 180 degree 180 degrees. So if you're unable to touch, then it's very good. That means it's more than 8 centimeter. So in both of this condition, if it's more than 8 centimeter, then obviously it will also pass your mid pelvis. This is about mid pelvis, and this is your lower pelvis. So if it's more than 8, I mean if you are unable to touch your both of your if you are unable to touch both of your fingers to the ischial spine, then very good, you can try. Okay, so the only numbers which I have to remember from today's class is 8 and 10. When you do upper vaginal, okay, if from the lower pelvis, that is, this is the upper part of pelvis, this is middle pelvis, and this is lower pelvis. From the lower pelvis, if you are if it's less than 12, then you cannot deliver. If it's less than 8 in both the things, then you cannot deliver. So the only numbers which you need to remember is 8 and 10. 8 and 10. So in this video, we just make sure that what are the we learned about what are the numbers which we need to know before doing a trial of labor. So what do they do? What do we do now is we will not do all these things. We just, the best thing to do is go for trial of labor. Okay. This is the only thing which we do than this. Okay. So because in many of the cases PV is contraindicated. Only you cannot do frequent PV when she's on labor. Only twice or thrice you can do. So try for a labor if it's a first if she is a para 1. Okay, try for labor. If she is para 2 or something, or if she has delivered before, then it's common sense. Okay, it's common sense that she will deliver, because all these things are I mean, if she has delivered if she had a normal vaginal delivery, then it's common sense that even now she will do a normal she will go for a normal vaginal delivery. So this concept is valid only in the primary patient. Okay, make sure you know all this critical basics. If you don't know this, and if a examiner asks you if she's a third case, and if you want to do like this, then obviously it's rubbish. You should not do, because obviously she has gone for a normal vaginal delivery, and if she had not had any complication, then why do you want to do it? Correct. So this is the things which we discussed. Now do a trial of labor. If not progressing, then you have to measure it. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.